We got this from the Daily Mail. Exclusive. Trump will not be arraigned this week. Former president is expected to be indicted tomorrow, and Secret Service will make plans for his surrender and appearance in New York court next week. A source familiar with the proceedings exclusively told DailyMail.com on Tuesday there will be no arraignment this week. He's expected to be indicted Wednesday, after which the DA's office will reach out to his Secret Service detail to make arrangements for his surrender. All 36,000 NYPD officers are in uniform and on notice for deployment after Trump called for his supporters to protest his imminent indictment. Now, the question is, will there be a perp walk?
If that question is for me, I would tell you that Alvin Bragg, he's the Manhattan DA going after Trump. He doesn't like Trump. It's quite clear. He despises the man. He's trying to damage the former president. I think maybe this Mr. Alvin Bragg wants to be the governor maybe one day, but he's going after Trump. I think it's going to backfire. The perp walk wouldn't surprise me. I think they're going to have to figure out how that's going to work with the Secret Service. I ran a county jail, a big jail. You can't just get Donald Trump and put him in a holding cell and general population. You ain't going to do any of that. I believe that there will be a booking photo, though. I believe that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. To place the president of the United States, former president, in handcuffs, you just don't do it, especially for a misdemeanor crime like this, which is going through an indictment. I can't figure that one out, but it's not a violent crime, Tim. It's not a violent crime. That's right. I got a book on it. So, no, I think he's going to do it. It's all about Donald Trump for 2024. That's what this is. It's about 2024, keeping him off the ballot, or trying to.
This has never happened before. A former president being arrested. So what? They book him, and as they're bringing him in, the Secret Service is with him the whole time. He's in the temporary holding cell, awaiting processing, and he's got two Secret Service guys with him. Then they bring him to general population at the county or local jail, or it's Manhattan. So I think that's on what street is that on? I can't remember what street, but it's lower Manhattan. So he's going to be inside there in the cell with a bunch of other guys, and the Secret Service guards are going to be standing in front of him in the jail with him.
There's just no way. There's no logistical way that would happen. I mean, are they also going to inspect the Secret Service members and put them in handcuffs? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
And then the cameras stop working and the guards fall asleep.
I imagine the Secret Service is not going to surrender their sidearms.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine that the president will be he's the former president. You know, the same protocol is going to apply for him going to be booked as for anything else. I think that it's pretty clear that this isn't. He's not going to go to jail for this. Like, I don't imagine that that this is even a jailable offense.
It's like a $500 fine.
Yeah. So this is all just bad politics.
Here's the crazy thing: the charge is basically bad bookkeeping. So here's what happens. They're saying that the money he paid to Stormy Daniels was because he was paying her off, and then he listed it as legal fees, and that's a crime, so he's going to get charged or whatever. It's like when you're filing your taxes or whatever, you're doing your accounting, if you mislabel something, do you know what happens? They call you up on the phone, or they show up and knock on your door, or you get a letter. Typically, you get a letter. I don't think they call you at all.
Yeah.
You'll get a letter, and it'll say, "We believe this was an error. You owe us X dollars." And then you respond with, "Okay." That's it.
Yeah. Well, the DOJ, they declined to prosecute Trump on this deal with Stormy. So I think they went after Michael Cohen, obviously, Trump's attorney back then. So Michael Cohen obviously got 3 years in prison related to things with Russia collusion and stuff. So no, I will say this. Donald Trump is going to drive into this Sally Port. He's going to go into a processing room. They probably are going to fingerprint him, but they're not going to wipe it on his hands. It's all done electronically. He'll never reach a jail cell. They'll take a picture of him, and he'll be out the door within 45 minutes.
It'll be the best thing for him. I think Trump, if Trump was smart, I'm imagining that right now with his campaign staff, he's saying, please, everybody, your thoughts and prayers that they arrest me tomorrow or next week. Please, everybody, cross your fingers, send your thoughts and prayers that I do get arrested. It's going to be the biggest thing for Trump supporters. It's going to take the wind out of the sails of the left. Yay, you did it. Trump's been arrested. Have a nice day. It's done. It's over. And for everyone who supports Trump, or even people in the middle, it's going to be, hey, look, they're trying to arrest their political rival, or they're trying to use the weight of criminal law enforcement to stop their principal political rival.
I don't see how you could characterize it in any other way. It's an obvious political stunt. It's an attempt for the Democratic Party, the Democrats, to go after Donald Trump.
Yeah. All it's going to do is show middle American voters who supported Trump that if Trump can be arrested, then the Democrats can bring the weight of law against you, right? It reminds people how vulnerable they are, especially if they're in counties where the DA or, any part of the judicial system is left and has been elected. I mean, it shows you that they are not willing to draw, like, if they aren't willing to draw the line at the former president, what would stop them from persecuting you?
Yeah,
the answer is nothing.
I don't think that this is a situation where Trump is going to be. It's not going to make your average middle of the road voter more sympathetic to Trump. It's definitely going to galvanize the base. It might get some people on the edges, but I don't see how it's going to change a lot of people's minds.
It's going to have a positive impact for Donald Trump on independent voters. Okay, so there's an article in Politico, and it's like, don't overthink it. An arrest for Trump is bad. And I'm just like, these people are so stupid. They are the stupidest people ever in corporate press, the Democratic Party. They don't know that there's no such thing as bad press. Trump capitalized on bad press in 2015 and 16 to get elected. The media wouldn't shut up about him. Everything was negative, and he won. They seem to think that this Political article said he will not earn a single new voter. And that's the stupidest thing possible.
Yeah.
He's not going to lose a single voter. And the worst case scenario is he doesn't get any voters. But the likely scenario is someone will see Trump on the TV again and be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to vote for Trump. Saw him on TV. Mm-hmm. Don't even know what happened. Derp.
I don't think he loses a single vote over this.
No, but he's going to gain votes.
Yeah.
This is what people don't get. These Democrats. We had the Krasensteins on, these liberal pundits, and they said they thought the economy was pretty good or good. And I'm like, that makes sense. If you look at the polling, liberals think the economy is good. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. By no objective standard is the economy doing well, but they think it is. Okay, that's the same thing with Trump being arrested. Regular people who don't care all that much are seeing this and going, just stop already. Man, I'm going to vote for the guy to spite now because these people won't shut up.
Well, nobody knew who Alvin Bragg was until this story came out. So his name has probably been used and talked about more in the last 24 hours than anybody in America.
I didn't, I'm fairly well versed on who's who in politics.
So he's going to be the guy that says, I was the one to accomplish this. Many, many people have wanted to see Donald Trump in either handcuffs or arrested because they feel he's a criminal. He's the one able to get it done. He'll be looked at as a hero with the far left nut jobs and everybody over there. And I think it's shameful. I think it's abuse of office. I just saw a little tweet or something that Rand Paul put out there, said, we ought to be arresting Alvin Bragg for abusing his office and abusing his power. But I think this helps Donald Trump. This is a two-way race between he and DeSantis. And quite honestly, DeSantis' comments the other day when he had an opportunity to speak about it, he failed miserably.
Agreed. Yeah, we talked about it. I liked that he called out the Soros DA and said they're bad. But then he just said, I'm not getting involved. When he should have said, you dare not step 1 foot on Floridian soil to try and take Donald Trump. He will not be extradited, and we will use force to stop you. That's what he should have said. Mm-hmm. And we mentioned the other day, Carrie Lake would have said it, or something to that effect.
I don't see why he didn't say it, right? Like, I know that
because he wants to be president.
Yeah, but even then, if he really thinks he has a chance to face off against Trump, that would have potentially won the hearts of Trump's base, right? Saying like, we're going to defend Trump, like what's happening is an abuse of power, would have benefited him if he was serious about trying to run for office. I don't think anyone really thinks DeSantis is going to beat Trump.
Everyone's just so scared. And that's what I said the other day. I'm just so pissed off. Everyone is so scared, sitting there cowering, worried about what's going to happen. And it's like the only reason the bad things are happening is because good men do nothing. That's it. So DeSantis, he gets like a C minus. It was a C minus statement. He called out Soros DAs. They're garbage. Soros is a bad dude. He's putting in people who are letting criminals go. It's like the villains from DC comic books. But he really didn't make a strong statement on defending Trump.
Hannah, I think that Donald Trump is in DeSantis' head every day. He's living in his head. I felt that his comments are irresponsible. Number one, he never mentioned Trump once in his, 90 seconds. What he did make very clear is most of the American people probably have no clue or would have any clue why Donald Trump was indicted by this Manhattan DA. But DeSantis made it very clear. What did he say? And I said, shame on him for saying it. He said, I don't know, how this porn star stuff and hush money works. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And that was a low jab. And when you think about Ron DeSantis, when Trump was kind of attacking him for the past several months, and then DeSantis says, I'm going to stay above the fray. I got a state to run. I'm not going to get in the name calling this and that. He just violated what he said he would never do. And shame on him. He's done. He's done. DeSantis is done.
And he I hope accidentally said, I'm happy I'm the only one who removed a Soros DA. And I'm like, you're happy you're the only one? Shouldn't you be saying, I'm upset I'm the only one who did it? Like, we should be
Why
hoping,
am I the only one?
Yes, not being glad you're the only one who's doing it. This was a big net negative, in my opinion, for DeSantis. He had a strong opportunity to take the lead. He didn't take it.
I think whether it's the Paul Ryans and the others that are around him giving him a bad advice. But listen, obviously he's a great governor. He's done a great job in Florida. I think he has a bright future. He has to run in 2024 because he could lose his shine by 2028. So he really doesn't have much of a choice, but he's got one guy in the way, and that's the leader of our party, and that's Donald J. Trump. He needs to apologize to Trump, call Trump up and say, I'm sorry. Don't jump in the race because he hasn't announced yet. Say, Donald Trump, I'd love to be your running mate. Let's go out there and save this great country from the radical left, and DeSantis could be the president in 2028.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.